Now let's talk about Kayode Olarenwaju. Victor Osimhen, I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's so young, but injuries are piling up now. I mean, it's a shame really because
well, I'd say maybe he's just being unlucky.
Unlucky. I mean, yeah, injuries and luck. I don't know how that works, to be honest. But the injuries have just, they've never let him be. I mean, it's one injury to the other. When he made that move officially to Wolfsburg, now we're all expecting to see the guy play because he's a very good player. We know he knows the back of the net. But it's an opportunity for someone else. You never want to see a player get injured on Cecilia, but when it happens, someone else has to take his place. And Kayode Olarenwaju is the guy now. I mean, it was on radio a few days ago complaining about why is he being ignored, despite the fact that he's playing really well in Austria. And there you go, young man. You have a chance now. 23 years old, still very young as well. To Austria Vienna, that's where he plays. The league is the Austrian Bundesliga, and he's played 22 times this season. Scored 8 goals. So that's a very decent output, right, Cecilia? So do you think is worth his invitation?
Yeah, I think so, because when you're not having Victor Osimhen and you're having a player who is dying, so to speak, to actually play for Nigeria, he wants to play, he wants to prove himself, he wants to get a chance, and now he has gotten the chance. So since he's gotten the chance, he needs to prove himself. Young, 23, 22 games and 8 goals. That's decent enough for him. Yeah. But I think he can bring in something into the national team. But the good thing is, Kenneth Rowe is still sticking with Osimhen. He says in the other game, his name is still there, so it's possible if he's fit, he can also come in. But the good thing is, when we have players like this, I mean, when you have a player who's injured, immediately you get a possible replacement. Yeah. The coach doesn't need to start thinking, because when that thing happened, everyone started saying, why didn't he bring in the home-based players? Why didn't he just pick one or two? The names were flying around and all, the players who are good and the home side and all. But he didn't want to do that. He knows what he wants. Yeah. Maybe they want to have a decent budget, not having to fly everybody down to London and all that. It's easier for those in Europe to just come in and play that game. So at the end of the day, it was actually cool for him. Olarenwaju just there. Yeah. He wants to play, and he's gotten his chance now. And of course, he needs to prove himself. It's a friendly, but then that's when you get that chance.
And it's quality opposition as well too. I mean, Senegal, very, very modern, decent side. Even though they were underwhelming at the AFCON, in Gabon. But for
they're just unlucky too.
Yeah, unlucky penalties, right? Yeah, I guess. But what I'm saying is, Kenneth Rowe has his reasons for calling Kayode. Like I said, he could have called Stephen Ode, who is the top scorer in the NPFL, but he decided to.
Or go, even Obaje too. That's
Obaje, yeah, but he decided to go with Kayode. So it's on Kayode now to prove himself and and grab his chance. I mean, grab it with both hands. It's as simple as that.